I met Tessa when we were both 23, working at the same hospital. I was in administration, and she was in physical therapy. It started slow: mutual lunches, shared night shifts, long talks in the cafeteria. We were both trying to get our careers off the ground, and we just fit. She had a calming energy I didn't realize I needed. We dated for 3 years before getting married. We didn't have a big wedding, just close friends, family, and a small backyard ceremony. We were happy. At least, I thought we were. 3 years into the marriage, we had our son, Jacob. That's when I decided to take a step back from the long hours and move into a more regular 9 to 5 role. I wanted to be home more, be present. Tessa, on the other hand, kept climbing the ladder. She took extra shifts, more weekend rotations, and started coming home later and later. I figured it was temporary, a career push, something ambitious. I supported it. But slowly, things changed. She stopped talking to me about her day. Her phone stayed glued to her hand, face down when she put it on the table. She started staying late for paperwork more often. At first, I trusted her. I wanted to believe the best. But the longer it went on, the more I started to feel like a roommate, not a husband. One night, I was putting Jacob to bed when I heard her phone buzz on the kitchen counter. She was still in the shower. I glanced down and saw a name I didn't recognize. Ben, PT shift lead. The message read, "Same time next week, miss you already." My stomach sank. I didn't confront her immediately. I spent the next few days watching, tracking. She said she was working late on Thursday, so I drove to the hospital around 8 p.m. She wasn't there. Her car wasn't in the lot. I waited. At 9:15 p.m., I saw her walk out of a restaurant across town with him. They didn't even try to hide it. They held hands in the parking lot. He kissed her goodbye. I stayed in my car the whole time. Then I drove home in silence. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I asked her directly, "Are you cheating on me?" She went quiet. Then she sat down and said, "It just happened. I didn't plan it." She admitted it had been going on for about 6 months. She said she felt disconnected from me, like we'd grown apart after Jacob was born. That she didn't want to hurt me, but also didn't want to stop seeing Ben. That she was confused. I asked if she wanted to try and fix our marriage. She said, "I don't know." That was my answer. I filed for divorce the next week. What I didn't expect was her trying to take Jacob with her, full custody. She claimed I didn't have the stability or support system to raise him. She said I was emotionally distant and overly rigid. Her lawyer painted me as robotic, closed off, and unable to provide Jacob with emotional development. But I had every text, every timestamp. I had daycare pickups, doctor appointment records, grocery receipts, bedtime routines logged in my calendar, because I was the one doing those things. She missed parent-teacher meetings. She missed 2 birthdays in a row due to emergencies at work. I got a decent lawyer through a referral. We built a case slowly. I wasn't trying to take Jacob away from her. I just didn't want him yanked away from me. I wanted joint custody at least. The court process was brutal. She came in with high-priced representation. Her lawyer questioned everything: my work schedule, my emotional stability, my finances. I stayed calm, answered everything, showed records, never spoke poorly about her, just laid out facts. In the end, the judge ruled in my favor: joint legal and physical custody. She was allowed 2 overnights a week and alternating weekends. She looked stunned. Her lawyer barely said anything. I walked out of that courtroom with Jacob's little backpack slung over my shoulder and a knot in my chest. I didn't win. There are no winners in this kind of story. But I didn't lose him, and that's all that mattered.